Well, Luke, welcome to Forest Green Rovers. Great to have you here. How does it feel to get the deal over the line?
Yeah, obviously I'm delighted to be here. It's kind of like come over the last couple of weeks, and like sped up over the over the weekend and the last few days. So really pleased to be here. Came in last night, met the lads. Seem a really good bunch, so looking forward to getting started.
And you say that it's sort of sped up over the weekend. How has it sort of come about from your point of view?
Well, obviously I know Alan Steele from Brentford. Had a good chat with him. Met Dan, obviously the goalkeeper coach, and yeah, it just seemed to fit where I am in my career. What I want to achieve. I want to get back playing. I want to come here and get promoted. And the way that Alan was talking and Dan was talking, that's the same as what the club are feeling as well. So yeah, it just seemed to fit.
Tell us a little bit about your relationship with Alan. Obviously that's something that's, you know, working together at Brentford. Tell us a little bit about him and that relationship.
I think the thing obviously with Alan is getting to know him. He's honest, he's upfront, he'll tell you what he's going to do, and you can seeing it what they did at Brentford, you can see that he backs it up, which is really important. And yeah, just he's a really positive guy. So it's just a case of like, I understand that if he's saying that they're going to try and do something, then we're going to try and do it. So that's a really good thing for me. And
you mentioned Dan there as well. With a goalkeeper, how important is it to have a good relationship with the goalkeeping coach? Is that the most important thing?
Yeah, it's absolutely massive, because at the end of the day you spend most of your working week with the goalkeeper coach. So it's really important that that relationship is good. Doesn't have to mean he's always got to be positive with me. It doesn't have to mean he can't tell me something, or and that's about building the trust where I'm happy to take his opinion, and we both have opinions on things that happen in games or in training, and it's like I say, it's just that mutual trust where we can both be open and honest, speak our minds.
And you mentioned there your ambition and desire to play more football. Obviously I think you spent the last 6 years at championship level, haven't you? So tell us a little bit about that desire to play more football and where that's come from.
I think last year was really difficult for me. When you're in a situation where you're not involved, or you're not really anything to work for the week, kind of thing, it's difficult. So my own self-motivation has kept me going, kept me training every day, kept me doing my best and being ready to go. But there's no better feeling than having something at a weekend to look forward to, or a midweek game, and I just feel that I need to be playing, and that's like the big motivator for me to come here. And
what can you bring to the table in terms of, you know, ability-wise? What are your main strengths, do you think? I think generally all round. I'm a good. I think the big thing is keeping the ball out of the net. I tend to be quite good at that. I think as well as a senior player, just that voice. There's obviously you're going to have a mix in the squad. So just to be a voice and help others, it makes my job easier if they're in the right positions, or they've got. It saves me doing a lot of actions if I can put them in the right place, which is really important, and I think I do that quite well. I think Alan mentioned leadership actually when I spoke to him earlier, and it certainly came across on the training field earlier. How important is that, particularly because it is a young group, as you would have noticed? Yeah,
it's one of them. It's like it's naturally who I am. It's not something forced. If I see something, I will say it, and I think it's important that you have voices. If you look at successful teams, there's always voices in that team, and it's about being able to praise people when they need it, pull them up if their standards are slipping, or they're not quite doing things right, and at the same time holding myself accountable to that as well. So obviously I'd like to think I maintain my high standards in terms of work and things like that, and if someone thought that I wasn't, I would expect them to pull me up on it, and that's kind of like an important thing to have in a successful group.
And just finally, Luke, you arrived last night. It was a first day with the lads today in terms of being in the gym and on the training field. How did you find it, and What do you make of the group?
Yeah, it seems like a really good group. Obviously, I've only probably got to know them in the last 24 hours, so I think there's no substitute from getting out on the grass, and I get to know people of how they act on when we're around the place, which is great. They get to know me, and it seems to have fit in quite well straight away. And like I say, I'm looking forward to the rest of the season.